that America is not interested in spying on ordinary people. Our intelligence is focused above all on finding the information that's necessary to protect our people and, in many cases, protect our allies. It's true, we have significant capabilities. What's also true is we show a restraint that many governments around the world don't even think to do.
That was President Obama in a press conference that just ended a few moments ago, clarifying the use of our national security surveillance policy and addressing the overhaul that is expected to occur to disclose more information about the NSA. Good afternoon. Welcome to the News Hub. I'm Paul Vigna, filling in for Simon Constable, here with details of President Obama's remarks that just ended. WSJ Deputy DC Bureau Editor Matthew Rose. Matthew, this was a pretty big press conference, actually.
It was, Paul. That's absolutely right. So the two key takeaways were things that he announced at the top of his press conference, which presage a very long and probably drawn-out debate about national security and surveillance, and that was changing the makeup of the FISA court, which is the secret court that gives approval to these kinds of programs. And the second thing, which he was less specific about, but is equally controversial, was changing the elements of the Patriot Act that give the administration approval to gather phone records.
How about the court first? I mean, he said that what he wants to do is bring in an advocate, I believe it is, right? A civil liberties advocate. I've heard some noise about that. People have been talking about that, right? Right.
So if you're a critic of the court, your complaint is that the setup is entirely between a judge, which is part of a rotating series, and administration lawyers, and there's no one taking the position of, say, the citizen or taking the position of the privacy advocates, and that the court pretty much approves almost every single, in fact, probably every single petition that comes towards it. Defenders would say that, within that process is a great deal of back and forth between the court and the administration. What he's trying to do here is essentially create an extra layer of scrutiny to try and instill, to do nothing to change the programs themselves, but to try and instill a greater degree of public confidence that they're being handled properly.
Right. And then with the Patriot Act, this goes into actually the FBI getting the warrants, right? I mean, what did he say about that?
It's a little different than the warrant. It's the element of the Patriot Act, which the intel people call 215, which is how he referred to it. It's the part that authorizes the program that allows the NSA to collect all the metadata from people's phone calls. It's the information they collect from the telephone companies, which also has to be approved by the court. He didn't give specifics as to how that might change, but essentially did, broach the idea that he and the Congress will open up that part of the Patriot law and seek ways to strengthen and improve it.
Now, Matthew, I think it was in June that the president came out and defended the programs, defended how they work, defended the structure of them. Now he's coming out and saying we're going to shift the way things are happening. Is this a response to the criticisms?
Yeah, that has to be. I think your observation is absolutely right. He specifically even previously said he was comfortable, that was the exact word he used, with the nature of the FISA court itself. So, he would describe this as a recalibration, as a changing of his mind based on new information and new evidence. It's also true to say that the elements he outlined today do represent a substantial shift from the administration's initial response after the Snowden documents started to leak.
All right, Matthew Rose in D.C., thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks.